Hello friends, today we will learn about the leaf. Okay, so before starting it, I would like to give a description about the leaf. What is a leaf? So, a leaf is a flat, thin, and broad outgrowth of a stem. It develops from a node and bears a bud in its axis. The space between two nodes are called internodes. The axillary bud later develops into a branch. Leaves originate from shoot apical meristems and arranged in an acropetal order, and they are the most important vegetative organs for photosynthesis. Now, the parts of a typical leaf. There are mainly 5 parts, but here it is mentioned 4 parts, but I will discuss all the 5. No need to worry. Okay. Now, the first part is called the lamina. This is the thin, flat, expanded part of a leaf. It is mostly green in color. The edge of the leaf blade is known as the margin of the leaf. The tip of the leaf blade is also called the leaf apex. Now comes the midrib, the second part. The lamina has a thickened vein along its center. You can notice there is a thickened vein along its center, which is called the midrib. The midrib extends from the petiole up to the tip of the leaf. Now the third part, that is the petiole. It is also called the leaf stalk. This is the short cylindrical part of a leaf. The petiole attaches lamina to the stem. In some plants, leaves do not have a petiole and directly arise from the leaf base. Leaves that do not have a petiole are called sessile or epitellate leaves, and the leaves that have a petiole are called petiolate leaves. Now the fourth part, that is veins and veinlets, which is not discussed here, but I will mention it. Many lateral branches known as veins arise from the midrib. Veins further branch out to form veinlets. The petiole, midrib, veins and veinlets help to transport water into the leaves from the stem. They also help to transport food prepared in the leaves to the stem. Now the last part, which is called the leaf base. This is a small, slightly swollen part at the end of the petiole. So what is a leaf base? It is a small, slightly swollen part at the end of the petiole. Now comes leaf venation. So what is a leaf venation? Leaf venation is the arrangement of veins and veinlets on the lamina of a leaf. Is called venation, leaf venation. Okay, and it is mainly of two types. What are the two types? The first type is the reticular and the second is the parallel. Reticular venation and the parallel venation. Here you can see the picture of the reticular venation and the picture of a parallel venation. Okay. Now see, what is reticular venation? Now the word reticulate means net-like. Okay, this is for your info. Just for your info. Okay. In some leaves, the veins and veinlets are irregularly distributed over the entire lamina, forming a network. Such leaves are said to have reticulate venation. The leaves of plants such as peepal, mango, and guava have reticulate venation. Now, parallel venation. Second, parallel venation. In some leaves, the veins run parallel to each other. Such leaves are said to have parallel venation. The leaves of plants such as banana, grass, and wheat have parallel venation. In the leaves of grasses and wheat plants, the veins run from the leaf base to the tip. But in a banana leaf, the veins run laterally from the midrib. Okay. Now comes types of leaf. Again, leaf is categorized into two categories. One is compound and one is simple. You can see here it is an example of a simple, it is a picture of a simple leaf, and these two are pictures of compound leaves. But in the second picture you can see it is palmately. Okay, it is palmately compound leaf. Okay, now see what is a simple leaf. Now, a simple leaf always has a single leaf blade. It also has an axillary bud. Now, let me explain what is an axillary bud. From the very first, I am talking about axillary bud, but you can't understand what is an axillary bud. Now, I am explaining. Okay. The angle between the stalk of a leaf and the stem is called an axil. So, what is an axil? The angle between the stalk of a leaf and the stem is called an axil. And the bud, called an axillary bud, is usually present in the axil of a leaf. The bud which is present in the axil of a leaf, it is called an axillary bud. Now see, what is a simple leaf? I have explained that a simple leaf has single leaf blade and it is also has an axillary bud. Now some examples I am giving, such as mango, hibiscus, peepal, guava. Now in some plants such as prickly poppy and cotton, the leaf blade has many incisions. Now I hope that you understand the meaning of incisions, so I am not explaining it. However, the incisions are not deep enough to divide the leaf blade into many distinct parts. Now the compound leaf. Now comes the compound leaf. In a compound leaf, the leaf blade is clearly divided into many distinct parts called leaf blades. So the incisions are very deep. So it is divided into many distinct parts which is called leaflets. Now, unlike simple leaves, the leaflets do not have axillary buds. Some examples of plants with compound leaves are acacia, gulmohar, neem and rose. Okay. Now, phyllotaxy. What do I mean by phyllotaxy? What is phyllotaxy? Now, phyllotaxy is the arrangement of leaves on a stem or branch. Okay. Now, phyllotaxy can be of three types. You can see the picture. Alternate, this is opposite, and the third one is the hold. In the alternate arrangement, only one leaf arises from each node. Only one leaf. Not more than one. Not two, not three, not four. Only one. And these leaves are attached to stem in a spiral-like pattern. Now comes, there are examples such as mustard, mango, sunflower, and China rose. Okay, now comes opposite arrangement. Now, what happens in opposite phyllotaxy is that a pair of leaves arises from the same node. In the alternate arrangement, only one leaf arises, but in the opposite arrangement, two leaves arises from the same node. But the leaves grow opposite to each other. They grow from the same node, but they are opposite to each other. Some examples are guava and jasmine. But on the other hand, plants such as Calotropis and basil have successive pairs of leaves which are placed at right angles to each other. Okay, Calotropis and basil have successive pairs of leaves that are placed at right angles to each other. Now, hold arrangement. What is hold arrangement? Now, in this type of arrangement, a set of 3 or more leaves grows from the same node. 3 or more leaves grows from the same node. The set of leaves are at the same level and form a hole or circle. Some examples of plants with hold arrangement of leaves are Nerium oleander Canare and Alstonia scholaris, devil tree. Now, modification of leaves. Leaves are modified to perform functions other than photosynthesis, to perform different functions. Now see, leaf spines to provide protection and reduce loss of water. Now in the picture it is given that the leaf are modified into spines in a cactus plant. Okay. And it also develops into spines for defense also, so that no grazing animals can eat them. Okay. Now for storage. Scale leaves to protect buds and store food and water. In some plants, the leaves are modified into scale leaves and perform the function of protecting the birds. They also store food and water. Scale leaves may be thin and dry as in ginger or thick and fleshy as in onion. Now for climbing. Okay, what modification of leaf do they need for climbing? Now, leaves are converted into tendrils to provide support to the plant while climbing. Okay, in many climbers, the leaf is modified into a thin thread-like structure called a tendril. A tendril stretches out twines around a suitable object to provide support to the weak stems. Leaf tendrils can be seen in pea plants. Now we will see that some examples of insectivorous plants as well as the modifications. Okay. Now in here it is given only Venus flytrap and pitcher plant. But other than that, there are 2 more. What is that? Bladderwort and sundew plant. Okay. Now, leaves of certain insectivorous plants such as pitcher plant, Venus flytraps are also modified leaves. I have explained this before also. Now, I will give a brief description of what the pitcher plant looks like, bladderwort plants looks like, and Venus flytrap looks like. How they look like. You will be able to imagine it. by my explanation. Okay, just listen to it carefully. Now the picture of fisher plant you can see here, so I'm not explaining it. Bladderwort I am explaining. The leaves of a bladderwort plant are highly segmented. Some of the segments are modified to form tiny bladder-like structures that have a trapdoor entrance. And their midrib also acts as a hinge. Organisms that enter through it cannot exit. They get trapped inside and are digested. So you can see here the picture of a Venus flytrap in fisher plant, so I am not explaining it. Just bladderwort I have explained. If you like my video, please hit the like button and subscribe my channel, and obviously share it to your friends. Stay hale and hearty. Thank you to all my friends.